recently I was having a discussion with someone that if you were to design or have the option to design the perfect kid, the perfect soccer player, in my mind, that player will be Ali, right? Or that person will be Ali. So let's say, hey, design a perfect 16-year-old that happens to play soccer. What would they look like? One, they will be incredibly dedicated to the sport. Since she was young, she's really worked hard. You can't. She's one of those players. You say, "Hey, Ali, do this," and you could look away, go do something else, and come back, and she's still doing it, right? And she will work at it. You don't have to tell her move at game pace to do what you need to work on. She automatically will do that. So that's one thing that just driven by purpose to be good at what she does. It's one of the hallmarks of that designed player you want, and that player will be Ali. So secondly, is the drive to succeed, to play at the highest levels of the sport, to play national team, to play professionally, to play in college. She's driven to do that, and that has been a dream she's had as far back as I can remember. In fact, she was born with that. So that will be part of what you add to that ingredient of the design of that perfect person, that perfect player. Also, of course, I've not said it, but I've implied it, coachability, right? The ability to tell someone, hey, you are doing that wrong. Let's do it a different way. What you always get is a willingness to actually listen to that instruction, to make corrections. And she's not a player who say, hey, Ali, let's speed up. Right? Some players will say, oh, let's speed up what you're doing, and you look and they're still at the same pace. You actually could see the intent to come at a different pace. So that's one of the coachability, ability to take instruction, to listen, to make corrections, sometimes on the fly, is what makes a perfect player, and that you add to that ingredient of creating the player, right? So, student, straight A students. She takes her work as seriously as she takes the field work seriously. In fact, often you will see her doing homework when there's downtime between games, between a lot of other stuff she does, and that part of the design, right? You want a player that could play right, left, shoot right, left, dribble right, left, right? In fact, once in a stadium full of parents from our team and opposing team, I heard someone yell, stop her, she's a lefty, don't let her go left. And all I could do was laugh inside because she's actually righty. But you will never know that by seeing the amount of goals she will score with her left. So in the design of that perfect person player, you add someone who is both footed, right? She can go right or left. So that is another special quality she has about her. Right? Another thing you had, of course, you don't want a good player that has no vision on the field. She knows what she's going to do before it happens. Right? That field vision is, in fact, one of the things that have set her apart from a very early age in terms of who she is. Right? Again, that is something you want a perfect player to have. Now, if you've seen her, you know you want somebody with impeccable touch, impeccable dribbling ability. You want to add that to that design of a person and of a player, and that makes her just incredibly gifted and driven and talented in the ability to dribble with tight control, right or left, right? You also want somebody who is shifty on the ball, who can turn on a dime, and that person again is Ali. But perhaps the one distinguishing factor that makes her that complete player, complete coachable individual, is who she is as a person. Right? You want a nice person. I've never heard Ali raise a cross voice at a teammate or somebody. That's just never happened. If anything, you have that person who is a peacemaker, who will settle disputes bring people together and be a leader, but not just by example, but by also just conduct. She's a complete person. And that's what I've tried to impress upon people, that Ale is not just the complete soccer player by design, but also a complete person. So that would be my design. If I were to design a perfect soccer player, a perfect person, that person is Ale.